Welcome back! My name is Ballerscuba. This is Video Games Over Time. We are still in 1986. Today, we're going to talk about Wonder Boy. The story of Wonder Boy takes us to a company named Escape. Escape is a Japanese video game developer founded in 1986 by Ryuichi Nishizawa and Michishito Ishizuka. Wonder Boy would be their first game. For Wonder Boy, Ryuichi Nishizawa would design and compose the music for the game. The game would be programmed onto Sega's System 1 arcade hardware. We have talked about Sega several times before. The System 1 hardware is what Sega would use for the Choplifter arcade port. Wonder Boy is a platform game. The player plays as Wonder Boy, a boy resembling a caveman. Wonder Boy's goal is to rescue his girlfriend Tina from the Dark King. Wonder Boy must go through 7 areas, each consisting of 4 rounds to make it to the end. Each of these rounds will have a doll the player can collect. If the player collects all 28 dolls, a bonus area will be unlocked. At the end of each area, the player will encounter a boss. If the player defeats the boss will lose their mask and turn into an item. Along the way, the player will encounter several enemies, but also several eggs. Breaking open these eggs will either give the player a power-up, such as a hatchet or a skateboard, or a curse, such as poisonous mushrooms. Wonder Boy has a vitality meter that will slowly decrease at a steady pace as the game is played. The player must collect food throughout the level to replenish the meter. Sega released Wonder Boy to Japanese arcades on March 3rd, 1986. Sega would also release the game to European arcades in June 1986 and North American arcades in July 1986. That is a brief backstory to Wonder Boy. With that told, it's time to play the game for ourselves. And here we are in the game. This is Wonder Boy, and we get a picture here with Wonder Boy and Tina in utter silence. The game does have music, but it will not start until we actually play the game. We do have the best players list here. Ya and Bach, and then the word escape, because Escape made it. And then we got Buck, Mike, and Suzuki. You might see Sega all over this one. This is a version that was published by Sega. This is the North American version, because it's the easiest one for me to deal with, but that doesn't mean they know how to spell licensed. But there is Escape. And Sega, copyright Sega 1986. We will insert a coin, but first I do want to watch the demo. The demo is actually really good at the game, or at least it feels like it's good at the game. I'm probably about as good as the demo. That's about my level. But the demo seems to know what it's doing. This game does not look as difficult as it actually is. Now, Dog's Awake wants to play some Wonder Boy. The game, it's a little slippery, I would say. You can kind of see it with the way that Wonder Boy actually moves. And jumping on the skateboard is not easy. And you might notice that once you get the hatchet and the skateboard, when you throw the hatchet, it doesn't go nearly as far. But yeah, the demo goes fast through this until it dies right there. And then we loop. Tina doesn't get a nose. I don't know why. Let's go ahead and put a couple quarters in and start and see what we can do. All right, let's go. You can hold one button to sprint and one to jump. And you get the egg, and now the dash button also throws hatchets. Now, I lost some stamina there. Lost some of my vitality. I'm gonna need more vitality. But we made it to number 2. Now those rocks, they just deal with your vitality. All right. So this time oh, I get it. All right. Oh, I wanted that. I wanted that E. It's a lot of points. But Yeah, in order to jump high on the skateboard, you do have to keep holding the dash button. That's the trick. Ugh, finally lost it. All right, let's get that. Deal with you. And thanks to the demo, we know there's going to be some boulders here. There's one. And jump there, 2, and get it timed just right. And we get a fairy. Fairy gives us invincibility. And I think those are all the power-ups that I know. No! No! Oh, it's still counted. It's still counted, and I don't know why. Maybe because I jumped on him. And we got the doll. I believe this is the boss. And I'll take that. Careful platforming. And we made it to the goal. We did it. All right, round bonus. Got a ton there. And a lot for the doll. And we're like 2/3 of the way to the high score. High score is not fantastic in this one, but if you're not used to it, it's not an easy game to just pick up and play. It takes some practice, which I apparently need more of. All right, first death. Skateboard, you don't always want the skateboard, in my opinion. There's definitely some times when being able to stop and go backwards is better than being on the skateboard. But the skateboard does give you like an additional hit, so it kind of balances out. But if you're platforming, and I'm sure there are people out there that can handle all of this on a platform. Once again, I wanted that E. I think it's 1,000 points to get that E. All right, there's one. And there we go. I'm not gonna mess around trying to kill them with the hatchet. Just try to jump over them. There was nobody there? Okay. Anything here? All right, got you. That apparently was nothing. And on to stage number 3. Oh, that's gonna be... Yeah, we can just... I kind of wanted the skateboard, but I didn't get it. Okay, let's try that again. I'm nervous, but we're gonna keep going. I need the hatchet this time. That was just me. That was just me. I should have done better there. That was bad. All right. Go ahead and put my initials in. I'm decently proud of that. Sure. I'm sure I could have done better. But that, you know, we're warming up. All right, we'll go ahead and continue. And we pick up right where we last left off. Okay. We'll make it through all of that. You gotta figure out like the angle and the arc of all that. I don't know how I feel about those. We're gonna say they are not humans. Let's go with that. Okay. There. And there we go. And we made it to number 4. Final stage here. And get the doll. No. Okay. How dare you? And we'll go there, and we made it to the goal. Oh, yeah. I don't think there was a boss yet. I don't think the frog was a boss. I think it just took 2 hits. And once again, like, you beat a level and you get like 2/3 of the high score. We're still in area 1. I think there's like 4... No! Immediately lose the skateboard. And if I'm being honest, when I think of Wonder Boy, I think of the skateboard. But, man, like, you gotta be, like, on your game. And no, I'm not going fast enough. Like, the game wants me to go faster, and I know that, but I'm nervous. Cannot destroy the boulder with the hatchet, just in case you were wondering. Alright, that's area 1 down. Okay, fairy. Let's destroy whatever those are. I can even destroy boulders. Okay. Now I can destroy them normally. Made it to number 3. Checkpoint number 3? Sure. No! Poisonous mushroom! There we go. Yeah, if he wasn't already slippery before. Now he's on ice. Just a little slippery. Just throwing that out there. That was your little test. Alright, give me the hatchet. Come on. There we go. I thought I could run under it. I don't know why I thought I could run under it, but I thought I could run under it. And hatchet. If I have enough momentum, I can still do it. There we go. Just be brave. I don't know what this is, but it scares me. I think it's depleting my vitality super quick. Yeah. And that's the game again. Alright, I think we can keep going. Did a little bit better that time. This is a game that as long as I keep putting in quarters, I can make it all the way through. I want to let's put in a couple more quarters in. I want to at least make it to the end of the first area. But I don't know if I'm going to keep going too much longer after that. Is my vitality just going down a lot because it's cold? It feels like there's more here. Okay, and got it. Got another doll. You wanna know what happened there? I thought I had the hatchet and I was wondering why it wasn't being thrown. Like, why isn't my hatchet going? That should have killed him. Just in case you were wondering. Does that still give me all the points? Didn't get it. Damn it! Bats, the deadliest enemy! Like I said, we're gonna make it to the end of the first area, but that might be all that I can do. Okay. Let's hit it this way. Now I can't get anything. Anytime you're ready. Okay. Deadliest enemy in the game. There we go. Not having the hatchet makes things a lot harder for me. Give me that. Alright, we made it to the goal! That is area number 3 down. And once again, like, over halfway still, even though I was pretty close to the end. Alright, I think this is the end of the first area. Deadly spiders. Yeah, that's just a gamer instinct of mine. Is like, it's from basically from Super Mario Brothers. Anytime that I'm close, I want to stop, and it feels like I'm not stopping fast enough, I jump. That's what happened there. Not playing great, but we will hopefully make it through this area. If I could get a hatchet, that would make things so much nicer for me. Okay. Once again, not going fast enough, but there's the hatchet. Give me. No, why? No. Yeah, I do need to hold the dash button to jump higher. Yeah, we're getting close to the end here. All right, There, that's what I needed. Some milk. How dare you? The last frog didn't jump at me. Okay. Well, he takes 2 hits, which is not nice for something that chases you like that. Okay. Where's the frog? Got the frog. Okay. And... just barely made that. Okay. Area 3. I don't really care about points anymore. I just want to make it to the end. Let's make it to the end of the first area here. Okay. No! Alright. 4. Their bull is gonna come after me now? Okay, in there, give me the milk and the boss. Got him in the eye, got him in the head. How many hits does he take? There, off with your head. I think I would have died there. But we got through it. We defeated a boss. He turned into a mask. And I think that's the new high score for me. Alright, then we just gotta rinse and repeat. Don't get the poisonous mushroom. I'm just gonna assume that everything is a poisonous mushroom. Yep, gotta jump higher. Gotta hold the dash. And I can only have, like, 2 hatchets on a screen at a time. Yeah, I can make that jump. Didn't expect that. Alright. Yeah, I would like that, please. That was just me playing poorly again. But we made it through one of the areas, and I got the 3rd highest score. And I wasn't sure I was going to be able to get the highest, but you know what? It's not necessarily respectable. I feel like I could have done better. It just feels like I should be better at this. But I think that is going to do it for today. So that is Wonder Boy played, and with the game played, it's time to talk about how it holds up today. Playing the game today, the game is fun. I had fun playing Wonder Boy. It's an easy game to just kind of pick up and play. It's got bright colors. It's got decent sound, nothing all that spectacular, but it is there. It is a platformer, which is always kind of easy to just kind of pick up and play, but this one is also fairly simple. You basically have a dash and a jump button, and the dash button doubles as an attack button when you have that upgrade. It is definitely a game that is easy to market in an arcade, and so there is a lot of fun to be had while playing it. With that said, it is simple. It's pretty basic. So even though I was doing fairly well, and I was getting all the dolls and defeated all of the enemies, I was dying in spots that I didn't feel like I should, but that was more my lack of skill more than the game itself. I felt like there wasn't really a lot pushing me forward in this game, and maybe that was just me, right? But it just kind of felt like, well, this is just going to be more of the same. There's not really going to be a lot of new things going on. We went through the entire first area. We defeated a lot of enemies, but it kind of felt like the same every time we went through, so it didn't necessarily have an appeal for me to keep going forward. The character was, like I said, pretty slippery. Mario was really kind of the first game to give you momentum, and Wonder Boy took that idea and ran with it even further so that the character does have more momentum. But as a result, it feels like he has too much momentum, where you could see me like try to stop and the character just kind of continue to slide or move. That was too much for me. It really just becomes like a feel thing, and so that's always hard to describe, but I like characters with less momentum than what Wonder Boy has. It just feels like he's a little out of control at times, but with that said, the point of the game is kind of to move as quickly as possible, to not take your time, because that vitality meter is constantly going down. So what you need to do is just kind of go as fast as possible and jump and memorize things. You just kind of have to know what's coming in the level, because there are going to be times where you need momentum, times when you don't need momentum, and then there's going to be platforms that just descend or raise up just kind of out of nowhere, and you just kind of have to know when that's coming or be able to adapt very quickly on the fly. So there's definitely some things that are good about this game, and I would say some things that didn't age as well, and a lot of that has to do with timing, and it feels like this is a game that very much is inspired by Super Mario Brothers, because Super Mario Brothers would have been huge in Japan at the time. There's no way that Escape didn't know about it. So they were trying to kind of capitalize on the popularity of that. And I feel that after Mario, the standard was set so high, this one doesn't quite meet that standard. You know, the fact that they have mushrooms in there, that's a telltale sign for me. But, you know, there's definitely some different aspects that are appealing about this game. I like having the hatchet. I like having the skateboard, at least the idea of the skateboard, until we get to platforming segments. Then me not being able to stop fully or not being able to go backwards is a hindrance in my mind. So there are times when I don't want the upgrade, and that's never a good sign. In terms of how well the game has aged, I think it doesn't age as well as some of the other platformers that we have seen, but I think that it overall does age pretty well. I think this is a game that is easy for a modern audience to just pick up and play and have some fun playing it. You might not want to play it for a long time, but maybe you find something that you enjoy in the game. So it is a game that I would recommend if it's available, but not necessarily one to go out and find yourself. And that's my modern take on the game. When Wonder Boy was released, the game would be popular. Wonder Boy became one of the most successful arcade games of the time. The critics at the time were also positive about the game. In particular, the game's color palette and simple gameplay were cited as positives, though the lack of variety in the levels were criticized. In 1986, Sega would port the game to their SG-1000 console. This port would not be particularly successful, as the SG-1000 console was not doing well at the time. Wonder Boy would see several other ports, as well as remakes, re-releases, and sequels. We will keep an eye on these as we continue. As for Ryuichi Nishizawa, he would continue to create video games, and we will hear from him again in the future. As for his new company, Escape, as well as Sega, the companies would also continue to create video games. We will hear from both companies again as we continue as well. That will do it for the story of Wonder Boy for now. My name is Ballerscuba. This has been Video Games Over Time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in our next video when we meet Gerald.